Hi guys, the time has come. Today we have a detailed video on the defense product, PXO's JPX6. Watch until the end to not miss anything and be optimally informed. Enjoy. PXO is a Swiss company specializing in the production of self-defense pepper shot devices. The JPX6 jet protector will be the third edition of the JPX series. The JPX6 is a pepper gun that fires a liquid irritant jet. The aim is to shoot the irritant at the mucous membranes of the aggressor, meaning mouth, nose, and eyes, because this way the optimal effect of the substance can develop, and with proper use, the aggressor will be stopped, incapacitated, and most important, no permanent damage can be caused. This is due to the powerful OC irritant, which is a natural-based cayenne pepper plant extract. Severe irritation of the eyes, skin, and respiratory tract will take place, but that should subside considerably after 45 to 60 minutes, according to the manufacturer. Talking about proper use, a safety distance is repeatedly mentioned in the user manual, and even clearly on the sealed packaging. That means that your muzzle must be at least 1.5 meters away from the aggressor when shooting. Otherwise, the pepper jet can cause damage such as blindness, serious injuries, or even fatalities due to the high exit velocity. I've also never read that opening a package means you're committing yourself to something. You can really see how serious PXO is about handling such a high-performance device responsibly. The device is made up of two components, the grip and the cartridge. The two-finger grip can of course be reused and is reinforced polymer plastic material and is also available in orange. I would go as far as to say that it is a 2.5 finger grip, as there is a small extension through the battery cover. The handling is really very simple. This release lever right here can be operated on both sides, and by pushing it down, you can pull the attached cartridge forward. Logically, the shot can be triggered using this puller. If you pull the trigger, you will reach a pressure point after a short time. The shot is only fired when the point is overcome. With this slide switch, the laser aiming aid can be turned on or off. As you can see, the switch is also available on the version with no laser. Also, the battery compartment at the lower part is always available, so both are only important for the laser version, which I will cover shortly. A cartridge has 4 rounds and consists of a plastic housing, which inside has 4 fixed aluminum canisters. In addition to the orange cartridges, which are filled with irritant, there are also green practice cartridges, which are filled with blue food coloring. The cartridges have the classic rear sight and front sight on them for aiming. In the laser version, one has a powerful laser with a lot of power, as you can see. In the dark, you can clearly see the aiming point at long range. Therefore, it is perfect for twilight and at night. Sure, in daylight the whole thing naturally wears off. If necessary, you should aim with a rear sight again. In order to change the batteries, this cap has to be opened. To change the cartridge, you have to press on the release lever and pull the cartridge forward. Or what is faster in a defensive situation, press the release lever down and simply shake off the old cartridge. That way you don't have to put the old one away and pick up the new one. You will save that step and have the new cartridge already in your hand, and you can put it on right away. You just put the mounting rail on the grip's guide rail, then push the cartridge down and in the direction of the firing pins so that it locks into place. As already mentioned, you have to pay attention to the safety distance. If the assault takes place within this small distance, the manufacturer provides the following tip. You should shoot at the chest and use the moment of surprise to retreat. Due to the now gained safety distance, you can then fire a second shot at the face. The jet protector's range of use is thus 1.5 meters to 7 meters, according to the manufacturer. Of course, I want to test this out, starting with a minimum distance of 1.5 meters, 3 meters, 5 meters, and 7 meters. I shot everything at least once. At 1.5 meters, you can readily see that it will damage the wallpaper. So if you get the irritant in your face at that distance, there should be some pressure. Also, you can easily recognize the focused pepper beam, which develops a larger and larger scattering circle with the subsequent shots because of the increasing distance. In order to show the difference, I shot at a distance of 3 meters with the practice cartridge, which does contain blue food coloring. But I then noticed that the consistency could be slightly different compared to the irritant, and thus the shot pattern. But I think it should still be enough to illustrate. At 5 meters and new target area, you can see how the velocity of the irritant decreases considerably due to the greater distance. Also, the shot image shows how the irritant drops down in flight and that the circle increases. At the maximum distance of 7 meters, the result is unfortunately less satisfactory. Yes, I couldn't see any color on the target at first after firing the practice ammo. That's why I fired 2 more, and on the right white side, as you can see here on the laser. Only then could you see a slight shot pattern, but that is hardly worth mentioning. But I can also imagine that if the OC cartridge had been used, more of the fluid would have hit the target. Four years ago during my field test of the JPX4, the result was also slightly better at 7 meters. This also shows that you should aim a bit higher at the distance to really strike the target. Up to a maximum of 5 meters, I would really stake my life on the fact that the attacker can be stopped safely with it. The manufacturer says 7 meters, theoretically true, but I find that the material is very scattered at that distance, and even a reliable 5 meters is a safe distance and perfectly acceptable to me. Of course, no self-experiment should be missing in this video here, as this is the only way to find out and test out what a possible aggressor goes through when contaminated by a JPX6 and the irritant. In this test, a total of 4 shots are fired at the test subject. In reality, of course, an aggressor is only shot at until he is incapacitated. Anything else would be disproportionate. Many thanks again and great respect to my test subject, Matthias, who had the courage to pull this off. My assessment as an observer was that besides the other side effects, the most effective is the temporary blindness. This will immediately put the aggressor out of action, and he will have to leave you alone. He will first be busy with himself, and if he then also has no water, it might look quite grim for him. The pepper repellent is, as already mentioned, sealed in a welded plastic foil and is delivered with a case. Also included are an instruction manual and a pepper cartridge for 4 rounds. For fast access, there is this Cordura holster accessory. I found the small detail brilliant that when the laser variant is removed, the laser automatically turns on because the switch brushes against the inside. Then there is the Cordura spare magazine pouch, which you can wear on your belt, like here. My personal conclusion about the JPX6 is clearly positive. Not quite so optimal for me, for example, were the somewhat cumbersome trigger, and what I can still imagine is that the jet protector for one or the other could be a little too massive. On the plus side, with the JPX6 you have a range weapon that is reliable over several meters. In addition, this product is more weather independent than, for example, pepper sprays and CS gas. That means rain and wind hardly interfere with your shot. It depends on the distance to the target, of course, and you clearly don't want to shoot against a hurricane. Another enormously positive aspect is that an aggressor is stopped immediately, i.e. has no chance to continue his attack, as the body's own reactions such as blindness, swelling, and pain simply prevent this. The attacker survives the whole thing unharmed, which means no permanent damage for which you can be legally prosecuted in the case of a human attacker. This is very important nowadays. You also have 4 shots, which gives you additional safety in case a shot misses or there is more than one attacker in front of you. Because of these important positive features, I think that the JPX6 jet protector is the most sensible thing you can currently buy for your safety. A big thank you goes to the manufacturer PXZone in Switzerland for providing the products and their great work. I'm excited to see what else is to come. If you are interested in the JPX6, you can buy it at your dealer. Otherwise, thank you for watching all the way to the end. See you next time. Take care.